Hey everybody, Beezer Wagler here. Today we're going to be installing this set of EMG pickups in this Fender Telecaster. This guitar started life as a made in Japan TL-62B. Not long after I got it, I swapped the rosewood neck out for a 1989 US 52 reissue neck. Not long after that, I sent it over to Joe Glazer in Nashville to have the double benders installed, had the neck refretted, and had it put on the pluck machine. So the reason that I'm putting these EMGs in this Telecaster is because my other guitar, a red G&L ASAT, has EMGs in it and are much hotter. So when I change guitars in a show, this little Tele doesn't have the power that the ASAT seems to have. So we'll start by comparing the Telecaster today to the ASAT. Alright guys, so to start off, we're going to remove the pick guard. Alright, next we're going to remove the switch plate, kind of lay it over to the side. Then we're going to remove that front pickup. Really just disconnect it. We'll have to unsolder it here in just a moment. So I put the tape on the guitar so we can count how many turns it takes to take these saddles off. So when I put them back in, I can get them in a rough order of magnitude where they were, so that when I have to do the intonation, I'll be very close. So that big E saddle took 21 turns to get it off. Then I mark the back of the saddle. That way if for some reason they get messed up, I'll know which saddle was in which place. I've got the screwdriver marked with a black Sharpie so I can tell when each revolution is. So the A string took 17 turns. D string took 17 turns as well. E1 took 11 turns. Now we're on to taking off the bridge. So on a Glazer, there's only 3 screws to hold the bridge on, because that the second one closest to the far right is not installed because of the benders. Now we're pulling out or disconnecting the bridge pickup from the bridge. We have our soldering iron hooked up and heated up. Alright, with that disconnected, we can start pulling out the pickups. Bridge pickup out, which is the Seymour Duncan hot stack, by the way. Front pickup is a stock 1985 made in Japan TL-62 pickup. Alright, gonna clean the body up there a little bit, all the nastiness that gets underneath that pick guard. Now we'll unbox these EMGs. Start with the bridge pickup first. So EMG comes with these nice attachment hardware. Always a little bit of a trick getting those holding those screws in that bridge while you get the pickup installed there, but a little bit of practice, do a few dozen of them and you'll learn to get good at it. Alright, set that off to the side. So now we'll install the wires from the kit. This EMG set is very nice. It's solderless. Everything plugs in. It has pins, and they're all marked really well. Takes the guesswork out of it. I'm checking the instructions just to make sure I'm getting it put on there correctly. Make sure that red hot wire is in the on the right pin, but it just literally slides on there. Now in this video it looks like I'm getting this set up correctly. It took several tries to get this right. The biggest problem with working on a glazer bender is getting those the fingers of those benders put down into those sockets correctly. It takes a lot of patience. It's a time-consuming, tedious task. Since they're solderless connections, they have the pins already soldered onto this wire, and they're a little tough getting through those holes. Little time, little patience. That pick guard, turns out, is a Fender custom shop pick guard, which is interesting because I bought the guitar in 1999, I guess. 1999 is when I bought this guitar. So reinstalling the pick guard. Now we're going to put the saddles back in, and again this is where we know that it took 11 turns to get that saddle off, so when we get it started we just have to count the number of revolutions there, and we'll have it very close to where it was originally set for the intonation to be correct. You'll notice the B and the G saddles were not removed because those are set and connected because of the benders. That's where the The fingers for the bender device are mounted actually to the saddles themselves. So there was no need to take those off. They didn't get in the way of the screws that hold the bridge to the body. So we've done with all that. Now we're going to work with the control plate. So I have to remove all the knobs, and these are Lucky Dog heavy knurled knobs, the best knobs that I know of. These are just absolutely incredible. So off with the old 1985 made in Japan hardware, and on with the EMG packaged electronics. I'm referring to the instructions just to make sure that I put the tone in the right location, the volume in the right location, because from just looking at them you can't really tell which one's which. Alright, getting the battery connection wiring straightened out there. Now it's a matter of putting my Lucky Dog switch tip on there. Putting all the hardware back together for that. Bring the guitar back over, and then it's just a matter of installing the connections. And again, they just slide right onto the pins. And after that, it's a matter of getting the input jack installed. You'll notice I dropped the nut here. I think it's on there. Yeah, it's off. Yeah, trial day, Dave. It ain't gonna work. Alright, the battery's installed. Take the tape off because no longer need that. Now all we have to do is put it back together and give this thing a try, comparing it to the way it sounded before we put the pickups in. Okay, so the pickups are installed. They're sounding much closer to the red G&L ASAC Classic, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this concludes the video. Hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned for other videos coming up. See you next time.